I'm DADA NABHANIILANANDA, also known as the Monk Dude. I'm a yoga monk, a musician, a writer, and I teach mindfulness and creativity. To think or not to think? That is the question. This is, of course, in relation to meditation. It's a little bit of a different problem than our hero Hamlet had, where he had a binary choice. He was going to be or not to be. There isn't such a thing as sort of being partly dead. You know, he was contemplating suicide. So you don't get to partly commit suicide. Thinking is different. We can think a lot. We can think a little bit. We might be able to not think at all, but probably not. Most people think way too much, or more than they want to. And the most common complaint I get from people is that they can't stop thinking. Outside of meditation, but also in meditation, they have a problem with this. So the questions I want to help you with are, firstly, what should I think about in meditation? Am I supposed to be trying to stop thinking? And how do I do that? First, let's clear up the question about stopping thinking. Don't try to stop thinking in meditation. It has the opposite effect. It's like if someone tells you not to think of an orange camel, that's all you're going to think about. Your mind tends to focus on that. So trying to tell yourself to stop thinking isn't going to work. In any event, it's probably almost impossible. Our mind is a thinking machine. We're designed to think. So to tell it not to think is like telling it to commit suicide, like Hamlet. And that's, it's going to be very reluctant to do that. It's very, very difficult. The confusion around this arises because there are, you can say, transcendental states where the mind does actually stop thinking. They're known as Samadhi. There are different types of Samadhi, or sometimes called Satori in Zen tradition. But to get to those states, firstly, it's probably going to take a long time, if you're a beginner especially, and you don't get there by trying to stop thinking. There are other ways to do that. So if you're not going to try and stop thinking, what should you think about? The difference between meditating and regular thinking really is that in meditation you're concentrating on a single idea. You're focusing your attention, you're directing your attention, and trying to hold it on a single idea. Now in the meditation I teach, we usually use a mantra or a phrase, and we often use music to help to get into the mood, and then you continue repeating the mantra in your mind. So the mantra, usually in Sanskrit, is something that you can focus on. You're directing your attention to the mantra. If your mind wanders, that's fine, that's very normal. It's a busy mind. You bring your mind back to the mantra. And if it wanders again, you bring it back to the mantra. It's a bit like training a dog. So, to think or not to think? Well, yeah, you're bound to think most of the time, most of your life. But let's control it to some degree and direct it in a way that's going to bring us to a state of greater peace. Now, the mantra is used for a couple of reasons. I'll talk about that in more detail in one of my later videos. I'll talk about the sound of the mantra and the meaning of the mantra. But for now, all you need to know is, yes, think about one thing that will really help you in your meditation practice.